Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I'm here with the new magazine. This is simply a cards and papercraft. So I will tell you the issue once I get it out. I'm loving what's in it. So it is issue number 237. So we'll have a look at the gifts in a moment. So let's have a quick scan through the magazine. I'm not going to go right through everything. This magazine in the UK is, it costs £9.99. You can buy it on a Craft Stash. I do have links in the description box below. It is an affiliated link, but it really does help support my channel. What an affiliated link means, if you don't know, is if you use that link to buy anything on Craft Stash at all, I'll get a small commission. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I get a small commission for you shopping there, which helps me bring videos like this to you. So I would really appreciate if you could use it. However, one of the other ways that you can support me is just by watching my videos, sharing them, liking them, and leaving a comment, and as always, being a subscriber. So let's have a look. So lots and lots of goodies and ideas within here, so loads and loads. So I'm just gonna quickly flip through. Not going to look at too much of this, because if you are going to buy it, then you guys will want to buy it. Oh, there's our lovely Julia. Oh, and she's got a 10% discount on pop-up shop. Ooh. Oh, that's her afternoon tea. So she's doing a afternoon tea. It's a 4-hour craft workshop, afternoon tea with a glass of bubbly on the banks of the River Ness. I'll be the first to play with the latest JMC designs. 10% discount on pop-up shop. BSL interpreter available. That is awesome. And what's even more awesome, shh, I might be attending. But let's not just, you know, we haven't got there yet. So, so a little shout out to our lovely Julia. I was actually meant to go to one right before, well, COVID hit. Literally, I was meant to do it, and then COVID shut everything down, so I didn't go. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be at this one. So yeah, so lots and lots, like I say, lovely ideas of what you can do with your gifts, of other things, just lots and lots of inspiration within them. Now I did forget to have a look at what was in next month on the last one, so let's have a look on this one. Here it is. So in next month's issue we have which will be 238. It'll be on sale on the 15th of December, and it is a Lisa Horton set. I actually really like Lisa Horton. And you will be getting an embossing folder. It looks like you're getting stamps, and you're also getting some dies. So how nice is that? So 3 sentiment dies from Lisa Horton. Really nice. Is that a stamp, or is it just the embossing folder again? I have no idea, guys. Yeah, I think it's just the 3 dies and the embossing folder, so maybe not stamps, because I can't see stamps anywhere. I think I've just made that up as I've went along. So yeah, an embossing folder and 3 dies. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous! So yeah, so that is the magazine. So let's have a look at the gifts, which I am super excited about. So here they are. So we're getting a Winter Woodland stamp set from the RSPB. I always say V. I don't know why I say V. It's a 26-piece stamp set. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, look, a little squirrel. So cute. Oh, there's an owl on there as well. So let's get this out of the packaging so that we can see it a little better. Okay. So here it is. So we've got this lovely little scene here of a log cabin in the hills with snow and trees and stuff. We've got lots of different animals, and then we've got quite a few sentiments. So we've got Happy Christmas, Thinking of You, Bullfinch, Happy Birthday, Robin, Great Spotted Woodpecker, Tawny Owl, Sending Love, Thank You, and Warm Winter Wishes. And then we've got another scene here of a stream around some in some mountains. Gorgeous little rabbits and birds, some flourishes, really, really nice. And then we're getting this, which is a Watercolour Essentials. So let's have a look at this. I have been intrigued by this. So we are getting some watercolour postcards, which would be beautiful toppers, and these are actually from your stamp set. They're just blown up. So we've got the robin there, which is just blown up. We have the bullfinch, and then we've got this scene up here, and then we've also got the river scene down there, which is lovely. They are on watercolour cardstock because we do have a watercolour pen. And then this is actually some watercolours, which is really cool. So basically, you just put your just wipe it on there, and then you just paint. So it's as simple as that. So I don't think I'm going to do anything different this time. I think I would just like to have a play with the watercolors, and I'll play with them with you, and then we'll turn this into a card. So that's what I think I'm going to do today. Now my water is absolutely filthy, as I could do with really changing it, but yeah, right. So first of all, I'm going to fill this up. I'm just going to use my spray bottle, make sure that I keep the nozzle in there so I don't get water everywhere. There we go. I find it easier to fill my water bottle, water brushes up doing it that way, only because I find that you just get water everywhere, and it doesn't seem to want to go underneath the tap very quickly. But that's just me, that's just my personal preference. I'm going to get a little jar, and we're going to put some water in it, although your water brush is supposed to do it for you. Now I do have my glass mat, which is here, so we are going to use that as our what do you call it? What's it called, guys? You know what it's called. Why can't I think of the name? Palette. That's it. So we're going to use that as our palette. So yeah, so let's get this filled with water. So I've just got a little bit of water on there. So the idea around these is, I've seen these, I've never used them, but is to actually, let's go with the green. You just wet it, and then I don't know if you can see, but you can see that colour coming off. And you just pick up the colour off the page. Now, I want this to be quite a light colour, which is why it's going on my palette. So the more water you add, the lighter the colour will be. And then we're just going in. I'm going to put in my first layer, like this, where all of that is. Now, I think I'm also going to add glitter to this where all the snow is, because I think how nice will that make it. I'm not going to talk you all the way through this. I'll just do like a few elements on here with you, and then yeah, we sort of will go from there, and probably put you on speed while I do the rest, because I'm not sure how long this will take me. But what's really nice about this is, if you've never tried watercolours before, this is a really good way of seeing if you like them. So they more or less give you everything you need. Now you do have your colours, so you can mix other colours, and it's not as hard as you would think. I used to not mix colours. I used to try and get every colour that I needed, but as long as you've got a blue, red and yellow, which we do have there, you can mix any colour you wish. It's just practice makes a perfect. So just where all of those pine or fern leaves or whatever trees they are, oh, how nice is that? And that's what we're just going to do. So I'm going to fill these in. Now I'm going in with a lighter colour first, because then I'm going to come in with a darker shade and put in our shadow areas and try and hopefully bring this to life. Now you saw I picked up hardly anything off that palette, which just means you know, you don't need a lot. That palette's going to last you a while, which is nice. And I'm going to go into the dark a bit, and then where we're just going to add some darker touches to our areas, and this is just so that we can hopefully bring it to life. I do hope so anyway. I'm not the world's best. I'm still a beginner with watercolours, but I absolutely love them. But where you want to put your shadows is where you know, the trees overlap. That's where the shadows need to be. And yeah, so that one's right at the back, so that needs a shadow. And then where all these little lines are, we'll pop some shadow there as well. And it's just to try and bring it to life. How gorgeous is that looking? And then we can just come in and blend that colour out with our brush. I like it. Right, so I missed one there. I'm going to do the same on these trees, so just at the top, where they sort of meet that snow, I'm just going to put a darker colour on, just like that. Okay, and how pretty does that look? And we're just trying to add a little bit of, yeah, of texture and a bit of dimension. And the great thing that I mean, I love my watercolors. I do, and I use them quite a lot. The great thing about watercolors is you don't have to be perfect, and I think that's what I love about them, is I don't actually have to, you know, I don't have to color it imperfect. It just looks really pretty, regardless of what you do, I think. Oh, that looks lovely, doesn't it? So as you can see, like, I'm going to use that little bit of water just to wash my brush out. Right, I'm going to grab the blue, and again, I'm just going to grab a tiny amount because I don't want this to be, put some water in it, because I want this to be quite light again, and we're just going to put it on the river. So I'm going to do a wash all the way over, and by wash I mean I'm just covering it all, putting the first layer down, the same colour, quite watery and light, just to get that colour blocked into place. So that's what we are doing, like so. Okay, now I'm going to turn it around while it's drying, because I want it to dry before I put the second lot on. I'm going to now put in the blue sky. Okay, so again, we don't have to be perfect with this, which is something that I love. So just, and what I want to do to the blue sky, I think, is add some of that yellow to it, you know, like as if it's a sunset. Don't know how it'll work. This is, you know, this is where we're going to find out if it'll work. I said I wasn't going to do all this with you, but it looks like I probably will do. Right, I'm just going to take some of that yellow. I'm just going to come in, which will turn it green, but I just want it over there. Oh, nearly put it in my coffee. Just rinse that off, and then I'm going to bring in the vermilion and add that to it as well. So just want it to be like, you know, like either a sunset or a sunrise. Oh, I think that looks lovely. Right, just get rid of that. I don't want the ink on there, but I do want to spread it out. Yeah, so I just want to blend that into the sky. How lovely is that? Doesn't that look absolutely gorgeous? Right, it's a bit risky putting the yellow straight on top of the blue. Wouldn't highly recommend that because you will get green. But actually I think that's turned out beautifully. Right, okay, so now that we've got our sky in, and that just looks like a cloud there, which just looks fab. Get the colour out of that. I just want to water that down a bit. Okay, there we go. I'm loving that. Right, okay, so now we've done that, I'm going to bring in some more of the blue. So around these edges, I'm going to add a little bit darker. Okay, might need a bit more pigment, but we'll see how we go. And then we're just going to, and all I'm doing is I'm just following these lines that are on the edge of the river, because that's telling me where to put the shadows. I'm going to grab a little bit darker and just going to go right up. So it's just a little bit darker on that riverbank, whatever you want to call it. Oh, how gorgeous is that? That is stunning. I'm loving that. Right, I'm wanting, so I think that's brown. Is it a brown? Yes, it doesn't, I can't read the colour. No, I can't. Oh, tree bark brown, it's called. So I want some of that. Okay, I'm going to put that up there, and then I'm going to actually add a little bit of blue in because I want it to be like a greyish colour. I don't know if that'll give me a greyish, but I want it to be a bit more toned out. Actually, it's quite a nice colour. Yeah, in that. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to fill in the mountains. Now I'm going to come in to finish this off. I think what I'm going to do, because I want snow to be on the mountains, I'm going to finish it off with my white Nouveau drops, and I'm also going to add some what do you call it, some glitter to it as well, because I think that would look amazing. Now I'm just going to, because water seems to have dropped on there, so we're just going to pick that up. Okay, I need to just wash my brush off. And yeah, there we go, that's better. It just wasn't quite right. Okay, right. So now that I've done the first bit, I'm going to come to this side, which is like the darker brown without any of the blue in. And I'm going to start adding my shading into the mountain. So I'm going to go where all of those little lines are, like so. So that's what we're going to do first. Oh, how lovely is that? So, okay, and then where those lines are that are just behind, I'm just going to add some dark there. Love that. Oh, I really, really love that. I think that's turned out beautifully. Do we want to do anything else, or do you think we're done? I think, see if I can make like a really nice pale grey. I'm not quite sure how you would make a pale grey. This is where I need Juliet. Juliet is amazing. So put blue and brown together. I'm going to just grab this paper so I can see. Oh, there we go. So blue and brown makes a nice pale grey. So I want this really watery. Okay, like really, really watery, because what I want to do, I want it nice and light. I just want to put some grey areas on the snow. because at the minute it's, for me, it's just too flat. I don't want it flat, so I do want to add that, you know, those areas in. And actually that is a lovely colour. So this is what I mean, you know, play with your colours and see, you know, what you can do with them. Like, that doesn't look flat now, that looks lovely. Can you see? I'm hoping you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this colour in to the snow onto our trees. And it's, again, just to not make it so flat. Okay, I'm only adding just where all those shadow areas would be. And then I think I'm going to get my Nouveau drops out in white, and I've got some glitter. I think we should put some glitter on. Okay, right, just need that if I can. Just going around the edge of my, what do you call it? Just to try and, yeah, there we go. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Right, I am going to dry this now, just with my heat tool, just because it'll be a lot faster. I've got some glitter here. This is Diamond by Nouveau, so you can get it off Tonic Studios website, but I think the range sell the bigger pots of them. And I have got my white Nouveau drops as well, so we're going to use them. So I'll dry this and then I'll come back. Okay, so that is done. Now, I mean, I've still got loads of paint left on there that we can use. I'm going to leave that to dry, but I'm going to put that in my pencil case that I take away with me, because I think that's quite a nice thing to have, you know, when you go away. Yeah, I do. I think it's a lovely thing to have. And I'll pop this in, because then it means you've got a watercolour palette on your, yeah, wherever you go, which I think's fab. Right, let me just wipe up this as well. I should have really wiped it off camera, but I didn't notice it. So, right, there we go. This is why I love having a glass mat, because, yeah, it's so much easier to clean up. Okay, so I have my glue and my white here, but first of all, before I do any of that, I do want to grab a card base. So yeah, I'm gonna grab a card base and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I've got a card base here, and this is lovely and dry. So what I'm going to do now is I've made the card base, so it's just so I've got that nice white border around it. So my card base measures 6 1/4 by 4 1/2, so that's the size of my card base. What I want to do is I actually want to stick this down first. Now I am going to use some cardboard for this, because I do want it to be raised up, just because I think it will just look so nice. So we're going to do that. So, and then once it's stuck on the card, we'll start adding the last touches to it. I'm not going to put a sentiment, so I'm not actually using the stamp set this time, because I really don't want to take away from that picture. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. So we're just going to keep it, you know, quite plain. Okay. Lots of glue, and I'm going to line that up. Now you can mat this onto any cardstock that you want. If you wanted it to have a border, you could edge it with black pen. You could do whatever you want with this. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? Isn't that just beautiful? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to use the white and I want to use the glitter. So I'm going to use the glitter first. So the glitter I'm going to put on the snow. Okay, so I'm just using my Nouveau glue, so just like this, and I'm using my the tip of my Nouveau glue just to, yeah, bring, like, put the glue where I want my glitter to be. I think when you've got a card that's like all snow, there's just something really magical about having glitter as your snow. I just think it's lovely. So I'm just going all the way around, like so, and just putting that glitter wherever I sort of want it to go. Well, the glue. I haven't done the glitter yet. Okay. I'm going to go along here. Should have done that bit really, so we'll do that bit, and then I'm going to go all the way along there as well. Right, okay. I'm really hoping that this looks nice. I really, really do. We put so much effort into this. And it's just so beautiful, isn't it? Right, okay, so that's all I'm going to do for the glitter. So let's grab, you know what, I'm just going to use my magazine. Get the glitter on. So shake that over. Okay. Now I haven't put any glitter on the trees, and I'm thinking, should I have done? Let's have a look at what this looks like. Look at that. How gorgeous does that look? I think we need to put the glitter on the trees as well, so that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, because I just think that it's just gonna look lovely, isn't it? So just where all the snow is, I'm not putting it anywhere other than where we have our snow. But I just think it follows in line of the snow on the ground. Okay, so there's one tree. And then let's do this one. Okay. Oh, it's gonna look so good. Right, okay. So I'm just, oh, just spilled my glitter. Here we go. Thankfully, my desk's tidy, so I can get it back in its bottle. Oh, how lovely is that? Can you see the glisten on the trees? So I'm going to pop this glitter back in here. Yeah, I'll do it off camera just in case I make a mess of it, and then we'll come back and we're going to use the white Nuvo drops. Okay, so thankfully actually I managed to get most of it in the jar. I was really pleased about that. Last bit is I've just got my white Nuvo drops, so I'm going to come in and put some white on these trees at the back. And just because then I think it all matches in quite nicely. And the same with these ones. So it's just sort of, yeah, like that. And then I'm just going to pop the snow on the mountains. So just like this. I'm following the line of those mountains like that, and yeah, oh, doesn't that look so good? Oh, I don't know whether or not to add on both sides or just one. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit extra to you. Why not? Do you know what? Yeah, we're adding a little extra on. And then, oh, perfect, absolutely perfect. So there you have it. That is my card using this month's Simply Cards and Papercraft. So it is issue number 237, and how beautiful is that card. I really don't want to add anything to it. I just want you just to look at that and just think, oh, yeah, I don't know what you want you to think. Just be relaxed. Pretend you're there. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've got a few tips from it as well. So definitely love those watercolors. I think they're amazing, and I haven't even used the stamp set. So you know, you can, there's lots of ideas within the magazines to use the stamp sets, but I just really wanted to use this. And the good thing is you don't just get one watercolor picture, you get 4, so lots and lots there for you to use. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I will see you again in another video very soon. But until then, please do take care and happy crafting. Bye.